What's good, guys? It's 2026, and I'm going to show you guys how to properly overclock your PlayStation 4 controller or your PlayStation 5 controller. Unfortunately, this doesn't work for your Xbox controller. It actually makes the controller worse overclocking it. Overclocking your controller is basically just a software that you download. It puts a filter over your USB port, and it allows your controller to have less input latency. There's a stock like input latency. You'll see it once we download the software. It'll all make sense once we download the software. This is a set mandatory for competitive FPS. A lot of people in the comp scene like COD pros, Warzone pros, RedSec pros, everybody that plays FPS shooters, this is like a mandatory thing to do. And I'm going to show you guys how to properly overclock that controller. Okay, so first things first, we're going to open up Google. We're going to type in Google Battle Beaver overclocking. Type in overclocking. I'll also have this linked into the description so you guys can just click it. You guys don't have to search it, or you guys can search it. Doesn't matter. But I'll have this link down there so you guys can just click it and access it faster. This is basically the program that you're going to have to download. Originally, it was under Lord of Mice. Shout out the Goats Battle Beaver. They were able to sign the drivers with Windows. Back then, when you had to overclock your controller, you had to go into your system BIOS and turn Secure Boot off. With the new games, with the new Warzone, with the new RedSec, those games require you to go into your BIOS and turn Secure Boot on, and to turn the TPU 2.0 on. Basically, since they were able to get this thing signed, now we're able to just download the software, and you don't even have to go into the BIOS and tweak anything. You can have Secure Boot on, and the software will work properly. So you're going to scroll down. They even have a description of what overclocking your controller does. I'm not going to really read into it, but if you want to go onto the website and read into it, you can read into it. They really give you some good information. You're going to click download. Once you click download, it should pop up into your folder. You go to downloads into your folders. I have a lot of stuff downloaded, but I pre-downloaded this, so this is somewhere in my folder, which we're going to scroll and look. It should be hid USB zip. This is what you're going to want to look for. Hold on, big so you guys can see this. Hid USB F. This is it right here, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to click, and then you're going to want to go up here and you're going to want to extract it. And once you click extract, it's going to pop up something asking you where do you want to extract it. I highly recommend you extracting it to your desktop. It makes it a lot easier. The only reason why I tell you guys to extract it to your desktop is just for whatever reason, sometimes when you do Windows updates, randomly when you do Windows updates, it'll reset the overclock on your controller. So I always just recommend to keep it here just so you can look at it. So once you extract it to your desktop, you can exit off of this. You're going to go into the file, right? So you're going to click head USB. You're going to go into driver. Okay. And then you're going to want to right click setup right here. And you're going to want to run an administrator. And then you're going to hit run. This is where it's going to open up this software right here, right? This is the sauce that allows you to overclock your controller. So once you have it right here, you can hit all. Now I'm going to plug in, we're going to do my PlayStation 4 controller first. So this is the PS4 controller. We're going to overclock. I'm going to plug it in right now in front of you guys so you guys can see. Plugging it in. Okay. Now you're going to see it right here. What's cool about this is it's going to tell you what the controller reads stock. And if you can see right here, here's the controller right here. It says headset microphone 3 wireless controller. So you click that, it says the bit interval is 5. Your rate is default, and then there's no filter on. Okay, now if you plug in a PlayStation 5 controller, I'm going to show you what the PlayStation 5 reads. So you saw the PS4 read 5. When you hook up a PlayStation 5 controller, PS5 controller, you're going to see it pop up. It says DualSense right here, and it reads 6-bit interval. So without the overclock software, technically the PS4 controller is faster, but when you overclock the controller, technically the PlayStation 5 controller is faster, and I'll show you why in a second. So we'll do the PS4 controller first. I'm gonna unplug this, plug back the PS4 controller in. Okay. So we're gonna find the controller. And you can see it should pop up right here. This should be it right here. Okay. So once you find your controller, you're gonna highlight the controller right here. This is very important, okay? You're going to hit install service. You're gonna hit run, open, then you're gonna hit 1000, install service, run, open, filter on, install service, run, open. Okay, and then what I like to do to clean all this up, to see that your controller's overclocked, what I like to do is I like to go to all hid USBF, and this is going to show you the ports that are overclocked. Now, as you can see, it still says a 5-bit interval right here. You're going to want to unplug the controller, plug it back in, and as you can see right now, it reads filter on yes, rate is 1000, and the bit interval is 1. This is how you know you've successfully overclocked your controller. Now, if you want to take the filter off, I always highly recommend every time you buy a brand new controller, I would reset the overclock and re-overclock the controller. They say you don't have to, but I feel like I've had times where I plugged in a new controller and it felt weird. So what I did was I reset the overclock and I re-overclocked it. This is also going to show you, I'm going to show you guys how to reset the overclock on the controller. So all you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that this is highlighted right here. Then you're going to hit filter on. You're going to uncheck that. You're going to hit back to default. And you're going to hit restart. And you're going to hit run. Okay, it disappeared, right? Now if you go back to all, you're going to see the controller back to default now. So here's the wireless controller right here. It reads back to 5. Rate default, filter no. So this is how you reset the overclock. If you don't like it for whatever reason, it feels too fast for you, or it just doesn't feel right to you, you can always, that's basically how you reset it. Now we're gonna do the PlayStation 5 controller. Most of you guys are probably on the PlayStation 5 controller. I'm old. I love the PlayStation 4 controller. We actually purchased 2 Marius boards with the PlayStation 4 controllers with Demon Workshop and Battle Beaver. So I'm excited to do a Demon Workshop review. This is going to be my first time trying a different Pro controller. I've been using Battle Beaver for like 6 or 7 years. It's literally my go-to controller. But stop yapping. Let's do the PlayStation 5 overclock right now. All right, so PlayStation 5 overclock. We're going to unplug the controller. Okay, plugged. Plug back the PlayStation 5 controller in. It's plugged in. We're gonna look for the controller, and it should be right here. It says DualSense. That's another way you can find it too. So we're gonna do the same thing that I showed you guys with the PlayStation 4, but this is a little bit different. So we're gonna hit install service, run, open, okay? And you're gonna hit 8000. On the PlayStation 5 controller, it allows you to hit an 8,000 8,000 rate. This is what you're going to want to set it on if you're going to want to get the 1-bit interval. Okay? And then you're going to turn the filter on. Oh, wait, no, I forgot. Install service, run, open, filter on, install service, run, open. Okay? You go back to all with hid USBF. You're going to see the controller. It still shows 6. You got to unplug it. Okay? Plug it back in. And oh wait, and that's how you properly overclock your controller. Now I will say, if you're on a PlayStation 5 controller and you're on the 8000 1-bit interval, if your PlayStation, if you notice in game your game starts tweaking, it's possible that your CPU won't be able to handle the like the 8000 bit interval. So what you can do, I've seen some people, personally I haven't had this issue with my PC, but what you could do is you can change the 8000 rate to 4000. It will change your bit interval to 4, but it's the second best option if your CPU can't handle a PlayStation 5 overclock. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to drop a like in the video. I hope this really helped you guys out on overclocking your controller. It took me a long time to overclock my controller and finding the right video to overclock it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. I'll definitely respond back to you guys and help you guys out to the best that I can. I hope this video really helps you guys out. Drop a subscribe if you guys enjoy the content. Till the next YT video, guys. Peace.